I get how exhausting it is to go through all the horrible symptoms of anxiety and not really know what to do to get better. I know exactly what it feels like to search for stuff and to be let down and to try and get answers from people and nobody really giving me answers. And then to try things, and some things might work a little bit for a little amount of time. Some things didn't work at all. And it just seemed that no matter what I did, it just kept going and nothing was giving me a permanent solution. And what was really scary, and I bet that you feel this as well, is that I would go to the doctors, I'd go to the professionals who are trained to help people through this type of stuff, and they couldn't really give answers to me either. And I spent so much money trying to fix this, and it was just really, I was just so exhausted by everything at the end that I didn't really know what to do. And if you're at that point right now, this video is definitely for you, because I'm going to tell you exactly what I teach everybody that I coach to get through this and to get to the point where you're not actually exhausted, you're more excited about the future, which is a really amazing place to be. The symptoms of anxiety are awful, and pretty much you name it, and I had it. So I'd have a sort of an adrenaline rush or a tightness in my chest when a sudden thought came in. I'd get intrusive thoughts and sort of racing thoughts. I had DPDR. I get that it sucks. Like, I know exactly what it feels like to be there. And when you are trying to get information about how to help you with this, you probably did the same thing that I did, which was look at comments and look at videos and go onto Reddit and stuff like that. And if you're like what I experienced too, you probably actually found that a lot worse, because you might have only had DP for a couple of days or a couple of weeks or maybe a month or a couple of months. And then you're reading about people who've had it for 20 years. And instantly your mind goes, oh my God, what if this happens to me? I cannot live with this for 20 years. You just wear yourself out. You use up so much energy and so much time and so much mental thinking space. That's where the exhaustion starts from. It's a sense of disempowerment from you where you've lost your power. So the trick of getting you excited and sort of turning all this round and upside down on its head is to give yourself the power back. You've got to empower yourself to be able to move forward. And I'm not talking about just thinking positive, because if just thinking positive worked, then everybody on the planet would just be happy and positive. Anxiety is telling you what's true and not true. Anxiety is telling you how to live your life. And anxiety is telling you what reality is. So is it any wonder you're exhausted? And so once you start to challenge this, once you start to go, whoa, 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 hang on a minute. Was what I was just thinking true? I'm thinking that this person is thinking about me in a certain way, or I'm thinking about a situation, or I'm thinking about this. Is all of this stuff true, or is it me just making it up? And I can tell you right now, 100% that you are making it up. And the only way to prove that you're not making it up is to literally go to that person and say, hey, what are you thinking about me? And I'm pretty sure you're not going to do that. And look, pretty much nobody does that. You feel powerless because everything feels real, even the stuff that you're making up in your head. And so what you've got to do to get your power back is to challenge this stuff. And so how you do that is you have to first recognize that you're doing it. So for example, let's say that you have a constant sort of thought of, I don't want to go there because I know something bad is going to happen. Now, what you do, right, is that you think that, and then you think about the future, and then you think about that bad thing happening, and then you go, well, I better not go so I can avoid that, so nothing bad does happen and I can stay safe at home. It's all anxiety telling you what's true, telling you what's not true, and telling you how to live your life. And so what you do in that moment is you say, hang on a minute, I just had that thought. I just had that really stupid, untrue, anxious thought. Let's have a think a minute. Is that actually true? Do I actually know this future is going to happen? The honest answer, look, if I'm being completely honest with myself, I don't have a clue if that's going to happen or not. Maybe it's happened in the past. That doesn't mean it's going to happen again in the future. Maybe the fact that I'm thinking it's going to happen is going to be the thing that makes it happen, because I'm going to be looking for all these ways that it's happening. And so what this is doing is it's training your mind to look more at the realistic stuff and what's actually happening, rather than this warped, twisted, anxious way that you're seeing it. Getting your empowerment back is just a piece of the puzzle. And if you want to deep dive into this a bit more and look at the other pieces as well, then go check out the Freedom course. It's an anxiety recovery course for DP and all the other symptoms. There's a lot of people getting a lot of good results. If you want some more info, go check it out. With empowerment, it's great because as you start to train your mind and you start to train yourself to first notice when you're doing this stuff and then actively challenge it and change it, then it starts to get easier. And soon you start to see the world not in this anxious way, but in a more realistic way. This is going to do wonders for your recovery because you're freeing up so much space and you're not worried anymore and you're not thinking, am I going to be able to recover? Because the very act of doing this is part of recovery. You're already on the road by doing that. And soon you will start to see results. Check out the Freedom course for a deep dive into all the tools that you're going to need to completely recover from anxiety, DPDR, and all the other symptoms. The info for that is in a pinned comment and the description. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.